Hello, my friends. Welcome back into another episode of the Living Room Guitarist, a show dedicated to our instruments and what we can produce on them, what we can create on them. Not for fame and fortune and celebrity. We play because we love to play guitar. It's just so much fun. My name's Dan. I'm your host, and as the host, I actually have a guest. Welcome, Charles.
How you doing?
He's hanging out with us today. It's so great. Now, I heard you actually play. Purple Rain. You did the solo from that once, and that was really cool.
You seen me do that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Has Prince been a big influence for you?
Oh
before?
yes, definitely. He's my favorite artist actually of all time. I have a lot of artists that I like, but he is one that he does a lot of different styles of music and gives you a chance to learn different styles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I like him.
He was like his own style, really. Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly. Now, yeah, bring us into your adventure a little bit here. What did you have? What was the moment you had that decided that you want to be a guitar player, or were there several moments?
Okay. Well, I used to watch my cousin's band play in the early '70s, and I used to knock on their window. They would let me in, and I would sit and watch them. Then my cousin would show me a few things here and there. So I went from watching them to started buying guitars and basses and stuff like that, and then just meeting people, learning from people, then getting older. I started around 16 or 17, played off and on through the years. You know how you stop for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you get back into it.
Exactly
and,
right. The guitar is collecting dust in the corner, and he's like, we need to get to know each other again.
Right, yeah. And then sometimes you get away from it for a little while, you get back into it, you realize you miss it. And you play more, you play better, or something. There's something about it, but
yeah, it's like you're getting re-inspired every time you you kind of reintroduce yourself. That's cool.
Right, that's right.
All right. So do you have specific genres that have influenced you over the years?
I like funk rock music. I like acoustic music. I like jazz. I like it all. Even some country, classical. I like all that stuff. I listen to everything. That's my phone.
That's your phone. All right. Well, hi.
Right. Talk to you later.
They can leave a message. Yeah, we're filming an episode. See, so folks, this is very informal, very raw. But that's just what living room playing is about. You know, we just hang out, we noodle around on the fretboard, we see what we can discover, and we just enjoy our instruments over time. So now you brought us a little piece of music today. Is this something you've been working on over time, just bits and pieces?
This is something I started on, and it's just. I guess the verse is 2 chords, and I don't know if it's even separated like that, verse chords, but it's 2 chords, A major and B minor, A major 7 and B minor 7. Then from there I go from, so that's the first and the second, then I go from the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Okay.
So it's the first, the second, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Great.
And so that's all it is really. And should I stop playing?
Yeah, you'll give us a little tutorial about that. Let me just kind of back off and let you just play what you brought, and then you can kind of teach us, and we'll send it around the room and let our fellow living roomers have a whack at it and see what happens. All right, let's let Charles play, everybody. Here we go.
So it's just chords that I was learning, and I was trying to put something in between, melody in between, the licks, whatever. And so this is what I came up with.
Okay. Very cool.
So
it reminds me of, we have two hands. It's not just our fret hand to have our lightning speed fingers. You really got to have some rhythm in your pick hand.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we can definitely see that. That's a really nice groove. Now, is this you were just kind of noodling around one day in the living room or wherever, or is
But
this?
that's how it happened.
Okay.
I was just, and you know how you try to create a progression, and I was in A major. So I said, well, you know, the diatonic scale. I just pick chords from off the diatonic scale and try to put it in some type of order that feels good.
Yeah, I remember you were mentioning about talking about the circle of fifths and,
Right.
and all that, and
Right.
like, oh my gosh, I'm having a PTSD moment because you spent a whole semester on that, in conservatory. Like, oh boy, but it's really important to know that stuff
Right.
though too. Especially if you want to compose or sing and harmonize with people,
Right.
It's really nice to have
Right.
a little bit of music theory behind you. So yeah, talk us through this a little bit. Where does
Okay.
it start, and what's the
So
chord
it starts
progression?
on A, and it's A major 7, and it just goes to B minor 7.
Okay, A major 7, B minor 7. So down 5th fret, 7th fret.
But I do it like, and that comes from the scale. So that's that part of the scale. So that's the B minor 7, and I use the B minor pentatonic for that, and the extended. So
Yeah, if you're learning any kind of blues or rock music, you're playing the pentatonic minor. Yeah.
love them. People say, get out of that pentatonic stuff you hear out here on TV or something, and I love pentatonics.
Well,
you know?
sure, exactly. I mean, Jimmy Page made a career on it.
Yeah, so why can't we?
Exactly.
Being like just hobbyists, right?
Yeah, it's
So
really
why
fun.
can't we?
So you start on the A, you go to B minor 7, and you're just arpeggiating the chord a little bit too.
So that's the 4th with it, which is D major 7, E 7, F sharp minor 7, and A flat, or what do you call it? G sharp,
Okay.
diminish.
We won't get
Okay.
lost in the weeds on
Okay,
that, but
okay.
just the shapes there.
And back to the 1, to the 2. The 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, talk us through this piece. That was really cool. Yeah, tell us what you're doing there.
Okay. So that's off the A major 7, and the scale is part of the scale. So those two notes and those two notes. So I'm
4 and 5, and sliding up,
See
and
that?
just hammer and pull off on 5 and
Yeah.
on 6 and 7.
then
Nice.
then to the B, the same thing. So
That's a nice groove. You gotta love it. Folks, you can learn this, play it in your own living room, and have all kinds of fun. Impress your friends. I like the way they arpeggiate the chords a little bit too. It's not just strumming, but you've really got that both hands working together there.
oh yeah.
And it really gives the song a really good vibe, a really cool flavor.
And sometimes this minor pentatonic, you can go like
Yeah.
Messed
So
up.
instead of just doing the scale,
Right.
just hammer on pull off as you go up the scale.
that's right.
Just walk it up there. Folks, if any of these, you don't have to learn the whole song if you don't want to, but I'll bet one or two pieces of this sort of inspire you. You can do them and maybe add them to pieces of music that you create. And this is all about just sharing ideas around the living room here and, being more interesting players, becoming more well-rounded players. Yeah, and we play guitar for the obvious reasons, for the girls, right? Because you can see we're just surrounded by them, right?
Well, that's one reason, yes.
But really, it's our love of the instrument here.
Yes, it's a love. Something
Because
that you just love doing. You can't ever stop.
Yeah, well, why stop?
Why stop? I know.
This is we don't stop because it's not like you retire. This is just what we do.
Right.
So it's
Just
living room guitarists.
Excuse me. But just like on the weekends, you might see a group of guys at the basketball court playing. Old guys, young guys, but they're still playing. That's their love. Old guys, 60 years old, 70 years old, still playing. And that's us.
Yeah. We don't stop. It's part of who we are.
Why stop?
Yeah,
that's when life gets boring.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah. And it's interesting how your creativity doesn't wane even you
Right.
get old. They always talk about that mid-20s block where all your creative juices are best then. But I haven't seen that to be true with music.
Right. And sometimes through everyday life, I might say, man, I'm losing my memory. I can't remember stuff anymore. But I pick this up and play an old song that I hadn't played in 10 years and play it all the way through. So I say, well, my memory must be all right.
Your hands know what to do.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the musical part of the brain here, folks. Listen, like, share, subscribe, comment. It's the Living Room Guitarist. Contact me anytime. I'd love to have you as a guest like Charles, right? It's Living Room Guitarist.
Pleasure being here.
Yeah,
Right.
livingroomguitars@gmail.com. Love it. Why don't you just kind of take your song again, play us out a little bit as we kind of wrap up today's show. All right, this is Charles. Do we have a name for this tune, by the
No,
way?
I don't. We can name it right now if you want to. After I play it.
Yeah, well, let's see. How about
You can name it, yeah.
Charles's Groove? Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time on the Living Room Guitarist.